Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to Off the Line Racing Division 1 Round 11 here in Season 5. And this week... Ooh, my camera's very off-centre. Oh, wrong way. There we go. And this week has the potential for us to crown the champion. If it does happen today, it will be a new champion. Of course, we'll go through all the possibilities. But yeah, so we are racing tonight at Qatar, and joining me once again is Lanky.
Good evening, everyone.
Should be.
How are we doing tonight?
Yeah, well, I'm good. I mean, it's basically just been waiting for this all day. So we'll quickly run through the drivers' standings. So, Myth leads by 28 points over Lawrence and Marius. Now, Lawrence is not racing. Oh, he is. Oh, he is racing. Okay, there was a message, I think, that he wasn't. But he clearly deleted it. So, Myth can win the title if he outscores... Or if he isn't outscored by 3 points by either Lawrence or Marius. Glitched Hen is also still in it, but he is 48 points back. So he needs to win both races with Myth scoring only 1 point. So have a feeling Glitched isn't really in it, is he? But yeah, so moving on to the constructors' standings, it's very close as well. Still 86 points in it. So Red Bull, Mercedes and McLaren fully in it for the constructors' title. Williams just dropped out of contention last week. And just a look at the track map as well. So Qatar, 5.3 kilometers, 6 corners to the left and 10 to the right, including the incredibly fast triple right-hander of turns 12, 13 and 14. And yeah, it's an interesting circuit. Obviously, purpose-built is MotoGP, adapted to house Formula 1. Lawrence has retired, I'm noticing. So we will jump across to the on-track action. But Lanky, who do you think is in with... Well, do you think that Myth will take the title today?
Yeah, I think it's highly likely. With the way he's been racing, he's been very, very strong. As being where he is in the championship proves.
Yes, of course, Lawrence. Strange that. Didn't expect him to retire immediately, but I don't know if there's a reason behind that. Was it on track? Did you get a look? I don't know. But also, we're actually in a public VC, so you might need to make one and then we can move across.
I might be able to lock this one.
And just remove Tom.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tom is deafened.
Actually, it's Tom's VC, so...
Oh.
Yeah, I'll quickly make one.
Yeah, alright. But Droney was the first one on the lap, has invalidated and actually just spun. So next up is going to be the Crab Man, Krabs, who raced in Azerbaijan. Got on the podium on debut there. Now racing the Aston Martin in place of Ashton the Brit. After an incident last week. But yeah, Krabs. We'll see now what times we are going to be looking at. Krabs, of course, was very much on the pace in Baku, so this is, I'm going to guess roughly where we're going to see the times, but it's going to be a 120.8. Marius Anderson then with a 120.7. Bosmos with a 120.9. Bobo is going to come across the line, set a 1:21.2. Not a brilliant lap time. Dizzle with a 1:21.6. Got Ferrari starting the lap as well. PW Jones will be next over the line. He's going to set a 1:21.0. Glitched Hen with a 1:20.5. Just ahead of Marius Anderson. Ratty slotting in behind with a 1:20.8. Swifty, 4th place last week. His best result in OTLR. He's now 10 with the 1:21.9 as Myth has set a 1:20.8. George Rico, 8th place now. Oh, now 9th as Huff goes up to P8. Next over the line is going to be Searing Alpaca, who jumps up to P11 with a 1:21.2. So, 1.4 second field spread at the minute. There seems to be some animosity in the chat there. Taboo and Droney. I'm imagining there might have been an impeding.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything.
No, but then again, we're only really focusing on
I wasn't on
the
board with
start-finish
Droney,
line.
yeah.
Droney did
I was
spin.
on with PW.
So, yeah, Qatar, of course, a very high-speed circuit. I think the lowest corners, the slowest corners average cornering speed is still over 100 kilometers an hour. The only circuit on the calendar, in fact, with that accolade. So, yeah, very hard on the tyres, but the pit lane is too long to make the two-stop viable. So only if there's a safety car, which, again, around this circuit, very unlikely.
Yeah, plenty of runoff for any mistakes. But yesterday in the D2, we had one.
Oh, Dizzle's round! Sorry, Lanky. Dizzle pushing hard through turn 5, and the back of the car has overtaken the front, and into the gravel he goes. And yeah, that's very unfortunate there for Dizzle. He needs to get out of the way of the incoming Alpine. Although the Alpine has invalidated and run about 5 car lengths off the track and then swiped across the front of Dizzle. Very interesting. Anyways, like as you were saying.
So there weren't necessarily crashes on track, but we had one yesterday in D2, I think, or 2 safety cars. But as you're saying, they are usually unlikely with the amount of runoff that there is on this track.
It's very reminiscent of Paul Ricard, with how much runoff there is, and that Alpine needs to get out of the way. Oh, that's too close there! And that is an impeding there, Swifty getting in the way of JB. And, yeah. Juice is in the chat saying, at Dizzle pen for you, so I think there's a lot of impeding clearly going on this circuit. As Adam starting a lap. KFC starting a lap. Bossmoss going to be starting. It's a lot of just starting at the minute. Droney is on a lap. So let's have a look here. And is he actually on a representative push? I'm not sure. Well, we'll see now.
I think he might be. He was on a 57.2 coming through the second sector then.
Now into the final corner. Let's see. Of course, they did move the start-finish line a couple of years ago now, didn't they? But Droney with a 1:21.0. Marius Anderson starting a lap. We're going to see PW Jones starting a lap. Krabs starting a lap. We've got Taboo Dwarf who invalidated and will go again. Glitch starting a lot of... God, I feel like I'm a parrot right now. But Adam, hopefully Adam is on a lap. Where can Adam? 339966 go? P7. So, not a bad lap there for the Racing Point. Not Racing Point, Racing Bull driver. The KSC bloke becomes the 3rd driver to get into the 1:21.9s. So, Bossmoss is next. Definitely in with a shout at the win, as he is every week. Quali pace isn't normally the best, but his race pace is where he shines. Of course, thinking back to Qatar last season, where he started P15 and I believe won. And also Qatar this season. He jumps up to P2 with a 120.7. Next over the line is going to be Marius Anderson. Chasing in the championship, which we haven't normally seen here, and it's a 120.5 for Marius. PW Jones will be next, jumps up to P7, then Krabs, who goes up to P4 with a 120.7 as well. Just 18 milliseconds behind Bossmos. Was that Searing Alpaca, I think, starting a lap? Yes, it was. Glitch 10 is going to be next over the line now. And he extends the gap out front to a 120.3. As Dizzle is starting. Ratty will be next, but he's actually invalidated. So we now turn to... I don't know. Who are we turning to?
Good question.
Searing Alpaca. There we go. Searing will be next.
Yeah, he looks on the lap.
In the...
No, he's flashing.
I think it's just harvesting in the corners.
Charge, yeah, on the corner there.
But, yeah, so Searing Alpaca, of course, a best qualifying of 2nd place in Baku. Really improved recently, at least his quali pace. His race pace definitely still needs some work. And I do get jealous watching the Japan livery Haas drive around when I was away and couldn't actually unlock it. So, yay. But Searing Alpaca now moving off the track pretty much, and is up to P9, just 1 millisecond ahead of Droney. So a brilliant lap there from the Haas. Next over the line, oh, Dizzle has invalidated. It's going to be Ratty who's next then. Of course, he was in the title fight this time last season. He now jumps up to P2, 33 milliseconds ahead of his teammate. Adam jumps up to P6 with a 120.8 ahead of Myth, the championship leader. So, is this a case of Myth not being on the pace here, do you think? Thank you.
Yeah, sorry. I was
in your own
reading
world.
in the chat there. So I was reading the stream chat, then Ashton was asking a question. I was trying to figure out who he was on about. He asked, I think he's on about PW, where did he finish in Baku?
Jonesy in Baku, I think, was in the middle, really, about like P7.
P7, yeah, because he's saying PW for the win. That's his vote.
Interesting. Bobo next over the line with a 121.2. Bobo done 2 races, finished 2nd in both of them. Let's see if that streak can continue. We have got the Applines. It's very difficult to tell who's on a lap and when. Dizzle is into the pit lane.
Yeah.
Red Bull in front of him also locking up dramatically. Taboo Dwarf will be next. No, he won't. Who's next? Juice, who was running, probably in the running for the podium last week, and unfortunately DNF crashing at turn 2. A bit like Logan Sargent from a couple of seasons back, I think 2023. But Juice now next up to the line, and it's a 121.9. That's 4 drivers there now, and unfortunately last of the drivers to have set a lap. Both Alpines now on laps. Swifty 2/10 down, still pushing. Maybe not, it looks like he might have backed off. George Rico has invalidated, gets out of the way now, a bit late for Taboo Dwarf. Taboo losing the rear end through turn 15. Fastest left-hander on the circuit, and he almost felt the wrath And off the track now, diving into the pit lane.
That would have cost a big chunk of time, that.
Droney up to P8 now, ahead of PW Jones. Of course, last week I said that Jonesy would win, and then he proceeded to have arguably his worst race of the season. So
yeah, not his best decision how that one went.
No, but Marius Anderson has also invalidated his lap now. So pressure's mounting for everyone here. We've got just over 3.5 minutes left, and yeah, it's. I mean,
looking strong.
Yeah, the pressure very much on Myth at the minute. He will want to get the championship wrapped up tonight. And yeah, Marius Anderson, 28 points back, needs the gap down to 24 for the final race. Because if they were to tie it, no matter how the rest of the season goes, Myth will win on countback. Because he has, with 2 races left, 4 wins to Marius Anderson's 0. 0 wins is Lawrence. Of course, kind of forgetting about Lawrence because he's at the back, but he is also equally in it, and he has had some brilliant charges through the field this season, such as last week, even, after being relegated to the back, and ended up winning quite comfortably in the end.
Yeah, it was a lot of position changes in that Zandvoort race.
Yeah, you never knew who was going to be P3 one lap
No.
onto the next. It's insanity. But we have got some drivers leaving the pit lane now. I believe the first one is Taboo Dwarf. One of the race winners this season, of course. The first new winner since, I want to say, PW Jones. Wait, has he actually won a race, PW Jones?
You're making me think now. I'm not sure if he has this season.
I think he might have last season. He hasn't this season. Did he win one last season? Well, if he has, then it's PW Jones. If not, then I think we're looking at Bosmos for the last new winner. So... Oh! Taboo's round! And that might have just spelled the end of his qualifying here, and he could be starting on the back row with Lawrence. We could have the 2 most recent winners starting on the back row of the grid. Of course, Baku was only 2 races ago, but it feels like it's been weeks and weeks and weeks. Like, it feels like the start of the season. But, yeah. Dizzle will be next over the line. He has, for reference, just turned off the racing line. So that would explain why he is struggling a bit more compared to normal. So Dizzle has also just spun. So next over the line is George Rico. Are we going to go 3 for 3 on final lap spins? He's actually going to
Someone's going to.
Oh, no, someone's not making the line here. Is Myth going to make it?
It's going to be tight.
Myth has made it. Taboo Dwarf? Nope.
Oh, no.
Dwarf has not made it. And George Rico has invalidated.
Spin cost him.
Yeah, the spin has cost Taboo. So next over the line will be Ratty, who is currently just under a 1/10 of a second up, heading through the middle sector. So now, through the triple right and into turn 15, off the track, and it's invalid for Ratty. So that is Ratty's qualifying over. He's P2 at best. PW Jones will be next over the line in the Williams. And can Jonesy improve over the order? Currently P9, not where he'll want to be. And he improves... No, he doesn't improve. He's down on this time. Bossmos stays P4. Next over the line, Glitch 10 improves... Oh, did he improve? I don't think he did. Next over the line is going to be Swifty, who doesn't improve. Marius Anderson is the next one to watch. He's also invalidated. We've got an Aston Martin spun. I think that is Bobo. Next over the line is going to be Juice, who goes to P16. Then we've got Krabs coming over the line, who jumps up to P3. But crucially, the main man to watch is Myth. Where's he going to improve to? It's pole position for Myth! In what could be the title decider. And he has put himself in the prime position to take the title. It's Myth on pole in Qatar.
Just look how tight that is, though. The 3-3-4 and a 3-8-6, and then the third, fourth, and fifth all in the fives.
As well, that is a Red Bull front row lockout.
Yeah.
So, Red Bull. I'm just gonna have a look. It is gonna pause my game, but I don't care. Red Bull are 11 points ahead. If they outscore McLaren, or Mercedes, sorry, by 32 points, they win the Constructors. If not, it goes to Abu Dhabi. But that is your qualifying order. Red Bull front row lockout with Myth and Glitch 10, Ratty 3rd, Krabs 4th, Marius 5th, Bossmos 6th, Adam in 7th, Droney 8th, PW Jones 9th, Searing Alpaca 10th, Huff 11th, George Rico 12th, Bobo 13th, Dizzle 14th, Swifty 15th, Juice and the KFC Vlog 16th and 17th, JB 18th, Taboo Dwarf 19th, and Lawrence Patton in 20th. In a title deciding week for him. But yeah. We have got the customary lobby restart. So what I'll do is I'll bring you to an ugly mug, a logo, and the chaos. As this, it has the hallmarks for a brilliant title decider in Abu Dhabi. This, but so it tells me Myth is not gonna risk anything. He's got Glitched as a rear gunner. Do you think Glitched might just hold up the pack to give it to Myth?
If he's going to play the team game, possibly, or is he thinking about his own championship?
I mean,
that's the question.
Yeah, at the end of the day, Glitched is also in the title fight.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's anyone's game, really. That is ridiculous. Oh, Myth had tried to take someone out, not realising.
Gosh.
Watching Glitched as we get to the end of Sector 1. Okay, he's DNF. We've got quite a few left. Still. Bossmos. Juice is disqualified. There we go. All sorted now. But who do you reckon is in the best position then, Lanky, for this race?
Glitched or Ratty behind, like, it seems. I mean, Jack yesterday in D2, he was the pole, and he did cross the line in first, but penalties is what cost him the win. But he did convert the pole into a on-track win. So I don't know. Myth could if he with the clean air, if he has a clean getaway, he could maybe put some gap on the guys behind.
Yeah, I mean, it is a weird run into turn 1. Of course, the pole is kind of at a disadvantage because they start on the left. Does mean they can try and hang it around the outside, though. I mean, we saw Lewis Hamilton try it on George Russell in 2023. Let's just hope it's not the two Red Bulls colliding, for their sake, of course. But yeah, it's anything can happen at Qatar Turn 1. Trust me, I know it. I've lost titles elsewhere from being spun around on lap 1 Turn 1 here, so yeah, it's anyone's game.
Yeah, it's a bit like similar to Japan, and it's just one of them that you got to throw the car into.
Yeah. As well, I think so. Obviously a bit faster than, but also Las Vegas is very similar, where you just kind of throwing the car to the left and then throwing it to the right there, and it's sort of the opposite here, throwing it right then left. And drivers can get.
Yeah, there's not much braking needed for turn 1 off the start, really.
Not even
Just
really in race.
no, I suppose even at top speed, it's only a quick dabble, isn't it? Like a quick dab of the brakes into the corner.
5th, 4th gear, something like that. You know, it's like turn 15 as well. It's like gear 6, 7, something like that.
Oh dear.
As well, the triple right-hander. Final one, you sometimes drop down into 7th, but most of it is 8th. Yeah. Also, I did notice what I said, and at that point, you kind of just have to commit to it. But,
I did it, yesterday. Don't worry.
Yeah. I know when I've done comms with like Josh Richards, he's had a few moments, but there is a point where you do just have to commit to it. I'm gonna quickly find my phone, and let's see. Whilst we wait, just to kind of take away a bit of the pressure and everything, I'm going to do a quick football scores update for the Champions League. Hang on a minute. It's well, so Galatasaray versus Atletico Madrid is finished. That's 1-1. Karabag 3, Frankfurt 2, final score. And then Atalanta 1, Bilbao 0. Bayern Munich 0, Real Union Songales 0. Chelsea 0, Paphos 0. Juventus 0, Benfica 0. Marseille 0, Liverpool 0. Newcastle 1, PSV Eindhoven 0. And Slavia Prague 1, Barcelona 0. Yeah, anyone who wondered about the football, there you go. That's my little trademark, is I like to go through football scores when we're waiting for something. But yeah, of course, won't be doing the comms here next season, so it'll be a shame. But yeah, got other stuff to do. I might do, if we do get. Oh, actually, I don't know what I'm allowed to say. I'll stay quiet for now. But
safest option.
Yeah, but as far as Division 1 goes, I won't be here next season, driving or racing. Driving or racing? No. Oh, that's the same thing, Ryan. Driving or commentating. So, yeah. But I'll go more into it next week. And I'll probably end up back at some point. I wasn't even meant to be doing it this season, was I? So...
Well, that is us ready to get them back in.
Right, so what I'll do is I'll quickly just have a look at the calendar. So Jesus, I'm having a moment there. So 2 races left, of course. Myth with 4 wins, Lawrence with 3. I'll be honest, I thought Lawrence had 2. Boss Moss, Glitched, and Taboo Dwarf all with 1. So Lawrence in theory, I think can win it if it goes to count back next week. If he were to win at least one of these races, it'd go to count back depending on the second places, which, I'll be honest, I don't even really think that's tracked too much, is it? We'll have to do some digging. But, yeah, Myth as well. Kind of just took an early lead in the championship, didn't he, with 4 wins in the first 5. So, yeah, certainly, certainly something. But we'll move now to the race screen. And could you imagine if it was raining? That would be incredible. Wet,
Oh, yeah.
wet Qatar.
Can't say I've tried wet around this track.
No, neither.
That's got to be horrible.
Oh no, I have had a wet round this track. It was full wet. And everybody was using the wet tyres for some reason, me included. It was oh yeah, that's because it was last game. But yeah.
Yeah, they're useless on this one, aren't they? The wets.
Yeah.
Inters are far better.
I remember my first ever Saudi Arabia race on F121 career mode. It was full wet. It's
beautiful.
Like, I just wanted to drive the track in the dry, but no, practice, quali, and the race all full wet. But yeah, just waiting now for the drivers to apply their setups. Honestly, do we have like do you ping them to go at some point?
Yeah, I usually give them a couple of minutes on the grid. I've given them until 33 minutes because we went in at past, so they should be ready and up in the next few seconds.
Ashton just sent me a 6-7 gif, so that's just splendid. Yeah, Red Bull need to try and hold that 1-2 into turn 1 though. With Marius P5 and Lawrence P20, there's not much more that could be going well for Myth.
It's set up nicely for him at the moment.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Let's see if this Qatar Grand Prix is dramatic as real life. But we have 3, 4, 5 lights on. And the Qatar Grand Prix is underway. The Red Bulls look to have gotten a decent start there. My audio is bugging out. But Myth holds the lead. You've got Krabs trying to go around the outside of Glitched Hen. Ratty has had an awful start. He's dropping down to P7 here. That is the last thing he needed. The car getting all squirrely there. I think that was Marius Anderson as he gets back ahead of his teammate. But crucially, Myth has held firm out front. Glitched Hen in second place. We've got a bit of end plate flying off there. I think Ratty down the inside of Droney into turn 4. Manages to get ahead of the Kick Sauber car. As we have Adam, who started P7. He's dropped down to P13 unless he had a grid penalty. I don't actually know. To be honest,
No, everybody started in their relevant position.
Because I probably should have looked at that, but I don't think I ever have this season. Myth, though, still in the front. Lawrence Patton already making moves up into P15. Dizzle dropped down to P18. Adam and Huff swapping again. And Adam is back up into P12 now, and he'll be looking to get back up into the points where he started. Other than that, it's all been pretty calm on this opening lap, but look how close Krabs is to the back of the Red Bull. Surely going to attempt to move into turn 1. We have got a yellow flag. That is Dizzle and Swifty. And I think they're both just weaving into
Ren's in the pit.
Yeah, Dizzle 10-second penalty. Yeah, they've both just retired. Lauren's in the pits though. Is that a front wing change? Yes, it is. So worst case scenario now for Lawrence. Very surprised that Dizzle and Swifty have both retired already. Boss Moss trying to get past Krabs now. Of course, these two teammates back in Baku. As Krabs took his first podium. I need to hide the UI, that would help actually. Yeah, so far, all nice and clean up at the front. Yeah, I have a feeling this race could, not saying it will, but it could develop into a bit of a train. I think steering Alpaca, though, might already be a bit of a weak link in it. As he was dropping to about 9/10 back, but has regained his acclaim of the train. But first penalty of the evening, and we were on lap 2. That's a bit foreboding, isn't it, Lanky?
Yeah, don't want too many of those, especially this early.
Really?
They can definitely jump up and bite you near the end.
Yeah, for sure, especially if there's a late safety car. Tabu Dwarf getting ahead of the KFC bloke. Had a friend confuse the pink Racing Bull for an Alpine, which was funny. Goes to show how similar liveries get these days in Formula 1. But Myth, Glitched, Krabs and Bossmoss looking like you're leading for...
And Krabs are one of our reserves tonight.
Yes, of course. It's Krabs and... Wait, let me think. It's... George?
No, it's just Krabs.
Oh, I thought we had two reserves.
Tonight, yeah. We had 2 down, but only 1 was needed.
Right. Which goes to show how good attendance has been. The 2 reserves checked in. One of them still can't race. But Myth now. I think Glitch is definitely just... It's sort of like the Carlos Sainz, DRSing Lando Norris. Except Glitched is fully complying. Whereas Lando just couldn't go for the move. Krabs has a look there on the outside as Glitched went a bit deep into turn 1, but unfortunately just gets shut off and no move can be made. Of course, Marius Anderson has won, is it the last 2 championships?
I think so.
Do you know who won the others?
This is the last 2.
I don't know.
Oh, you're asking the memory box now.
You need
Without
an
looking.
archive. Oh wait, there is an archive.
I think Leon, who's one of our reserves, or somebody, was the winner of the first one. Trying to think back that far now.
Yeah,
the 2 years has gone really quick.
Leon 10W.
Yeah, I thought so.
Sausage Joe. Oh no, Leon won the first 2. So is it Leon Rolf or IRT Leon?
Yeah.
Yeah, he won the first 2, then Marius has won the next 2. So we could potentially have a 1-time champion again to join the 2-2s, although I'm sure that Marius will be wanting to make history in taking that 3rd championship. Krabs got very close to Glitch 10 then.
There's no major gap breaking off, is it? The train is very tight.
Yeah, I mean, Juice and the KFC have kind of fallen off the back. JB as well with them. Did Lawrence pit again, or is that just how far back the pit lane sends you here?
I think that is just his 1 pit, yeah. With the 4 or 5 seconds you lose with the wing change as well.
Yeah. Oh my god. Oh, I was so tired. I don't know why. But Lawrence...
I had a nap before this, I can't lie. I fell asleep about 6 o'clock. It's something in the air.
No, that's because you rolled. No, I'm kidding.
But yeah, well, I was trying to use the excuse that there's something in the air.
Yeah. But Lawrence picking up a 3-second time penalty, that's just curtains, isn't it? I mean, he's 30 seconds off of JB, and then with a 3-second penalty as well. There's not much that can really be done. Uh,
And he is on the mediums, so he ain't going to be even trying to take those to the end. So it's going to be a two-stop for him.
yeah, we haven't actually looked at the tyres, to be fair. Let's see now. So, mediums for Myth, Glitch, Krabs, Boss Moss, Droney, Jonesy, Bobo, Taboo Dwarf, and then obviously Lawrence, who I think started on the hards. And Marius, Ratty, George Rico, Searing Alpaca, Adam, Puff, Juice, JB, and Decay Bloke are also on the hards. Juice, pretty much as I reel off his name, picks up his first penalty of the evening. In fact, yeah, that's a good little window to have on. Just the actual time penalties. The KFC bloke with 6 seconds actually now, and we're on lap 6. So at this rate, he's going to get 29 seconds of penalties. That's not possible. He's going to get 27 seconds of penalties, or maybe 30. I don't know, but yeah, certainly a lot on the line with this race, and it is weirdly calm so far. I don't know if I like it. Oh, that was Bobo having a look at Searing Alpaca. I think JB might have just overtaken Juice as well. But
Everybody just sort of settled down managing at the minute.
yeah, I mean, it may not be very, like, you know, it's not all, you know, crazy action and all that. But in terms of strategy, this race is going to hit the boiling point. Because we have got split strategies, both Red Bulls on the medium, both McLarens on the hard, and I've got that stupid bug, you know, where you can see the driver through the car.
No, I can't say I've had experienced that one.
Anyone watching the stream knows, well, can see exactly what I'm on about, because I can see Glitched Hen through the Red Bull chassis, and that's big, isn't it? Boss Moss with a penalty, and Ratty might have just broken the DRS to Droney. In fact, he has. Ratty is ahead of Droney now. So yeah, it could be quite bad there for Boss Moss. Although Ratty breaking the DRS is mitigation for Boss Moss as well, because they're now going to pull away from P7 downwards. Of course, the tyres are not going to be happy. The KFC bloke picks up his 9th second of penalties, and we are on lap number 8. So yeah, maybe heading towards 30 or 33 seconds as it stands. I think, do you not just get disqualified at that point?
Maybe it's kind of, the game's kind of weird on when it disqualifies you, just how many like seconds it takes. I think it depends on what the penalty was for as well.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen like people with a minute of penalties, but that's because they got like load of speedings or contact with safety cars, straight corner cutting as well. Boss Moss is in. So if you want to keep an eye on him, you can tell us what he's doing. Because that is very early, but yeah, Glitched as well, seizing the opportunity and getting ahead of Myth. But yeah, Glitched overtaking Myth, just to clarify. I cannot remember how I said it originally. I think I might have said Myth over some Glitch. The KFC retire it, yeah, I don't blame him. But Mercedes now running P16 and 17, so they need to, well, Boss Moss, what tyres has he gone on to, like?
Who's that one?
Boss Moss.
Boss Moss is on the hards.
Do you think there is a world where he is going to the end?
From here, possibly.
I would highly
Went
doubt
20
it.
laps, but the tyres will be screaming if he does.
Yeah, Huff as well, picking up a 3-second penalty now. So, I guess we just got to watch and see what the front lot do. I can see why the Red Bull switched, because Glitch does just seem to have the pace over Myth at the minute. And everybody stays out. PW Jones is in, actually. Tell a lie. Yeah, Jonesy is into the pits.
So this is where it all shakes up now with people. Like the different, you can see just how different the strategies are.
Yeah, Juice in as well. Juice is retired, actually. Of course, actually, Boss, in theory, yeah, he pitted lap 8, so he's got 21 laps to do. PW Jones has 20 laps to do. It is going to be a bit of a stretch. But if any two could do it, it's probably Boss and PW Jones.
Yeah, they need to just look after them while they're in the clean air when they come back out.
Yeah.
Not take too much out of them too early.
Well, you can see just how eccentric the line gets on the entry to turn 10 these days. How much G-force there must be in these cars. I mean, obviously it's a game, so we don't really know. But they don't drive it like, you know, to that extreme in real life, because it would just break their necks.
Yeah, I think they average 4 or 5 lateral without, like, obviously an incident.
Yeah. Taboo with a 3-second penalty. Everyone at the front still staying out. This... Oh, I don't know what to say, really. Oh, I thought Marius might have a go there. Huff has gotten past Bobo with the DRS. That's George Rico. Having a look at Droney now. George up into P6. So he's actually having a pretty decent race here, George. Of course, his teammate out, unfortunately. We've got Bobo and Taboo both in the pit lane. And I guess we just kind of have to keep an eye on the front guys and see when they're going to pit. But Adam is getting very close to searing though, so... And that's for P8. You can see we are just waiting for the strategy to kick things off. I wonder if Glitch will let Myth go first. He's fake!
Oh, he's done the fake. Yeah.
I wonder if that fake actually worked, or if Krabs was always intending to pit. Who just picked up a 3-second? It was Searing Alpaca, wasn't it? Droney also into the pit lane. But... Adam very, very close here. Of course, had a few incidents in his tenure here, but yeah, definitely got pace, hasn't he? The young Hungarian.
Yeah.
At least I think he's
Sure.
young.
To the pace at the minute. The Red Bull, McLaren at the minute as well.
It's like the start of 2024. Well, no, actually, that was Red Bull. Ferrari, McLaren, Mercedes, Red Bull. But it is actually really close here with Droney and Taboo Dwarf. Taboo going for the move down the inside, and oh, there's contact there! Taboo Dwarf just losing the rear upon contact. And I wonder if he's maybe going to send it into turn 10. No, he doesn't. Glitched is in. Glitched Hen has pitted. So let's see what happens here then. Just accelerating now to the end of the pit lane. Has he been jumped by Boss Moss? I think he has. And has he also been jumped by Krabs? This is going to be close between Glitched and Krabs is ahead.
The undercut is huge.
Yeah, massive undercut there for Boss Moss and Krabs. PW Jones only 4 seconds behind now. George Rico did just pick up a 3-second time penalty for track limits. And now...
Just look at the gap that Boss Moss in what, stopping 2 laps earlier?
He stopped at the end of lap 8, so 4 laps.
So 4 laps. 4 laps, yeah.
But Myth, surely, is going to be the next man in the box. You would expect it, wouldn't you?
I would think so. He's definitely, like, Marius is now right on the back of him. He does seem like he's struggling on these tyres now.
And as soon as he boxes...
I'm on board and his front left is looking angry.
Yeah, it happened as we expected. And he's also gonna come out even behind Glitch.
Yeah.
With his pace, he might genuinely be under threat from PW Jones. Oh, Huff retired in the pits. Where did that come from? What happened to him? Just given up?
Yeah.
I guess so. But, yeah, you can see just how far back Marius is. Not Marius, Myth is. As Glitch 10 goes for the move on Krabs. And into turn 1, manages to get himself ahead and up into P8 to chase after Boss Moss. So, McLarens, though, running their hard strategy. It's this is going to be close, I think, in the end. So let's see. Krabs still very much on the back of Glitch. And I have a feeling it was just a case of, you know, DRS. I mean, it is very strong down the Qatar straight, isn't it?
Sorry, I'm just replying to Huff and Dobak. He said he had messed up his wheel settings and it wasn't easy to race and didn't want to cause a crash.
That's respectable then.
Yeah.
And I lost any ounce of respect that anyone has ever had for me with that voice crack. Searing Alpaca down the inside now of Adam. Still through turn 5 they go, side by side, into the next braking zone. Who's going to come out in front on the exit? Searing is going to have the longer run, but he's got the better traction. Adam now, is he behind? Yes, he is. Searing Alpaca up into P4, but Adam is going to fight him back and go for the switchback here. And he's still on the inside. Searing goes off the track in keeping the position. So, I don't know what the stance of the stewards generally is on that. I know the game doesn't really care, does it? But in actual F1,
no, not really.
That's bang, 10-second penalty in actual F1.
Yeah.
So, I imagine that's just, oh, we went off and got a warning.
Lorenz is 50 seconds off, so I'm guessing he's made a second stop.
He'll have had to. In fact, he's about to be lapped.
Yeah, because he's on the hards now.
Glitch
He was
10.
on the mediums.
Glitched with a 3-second penalty. As we see, Adam is almost certainly going to get past Searing Alpaca, who tries to force him further to the inside, but within the realms of legality, he couldn't. So, suddenly, this has turned very good for Krabs. Speaking of Krabs, he's going around the outside in turn 1 on Glitch 10. Can Krabs get the move done? And the Aston Martin moves ahead of its former partner, and the Red Bull is in the dust. But can he brush the dust away and get back ahead of the green machine, no, he cannot. So I don't know when the McLarens are planning to pit. It's probably going to be either at the end of this lap or the end of the next lap, isn't it? Lawrence gets another 3-second penalty.
Stretching 10-11 on the mediums.
Lawrence Patton's championship hopes are over. I think it's safe to say he'd need a safety car for any sort of luck, any sort of chance. And this is not the level of performance that we've come to know from Lawrence, is it?
No, he's normally up at the front with his pace.
Hang on. Is he dragging Marius along in the DRS? He might be. Krabs sets the fastest lap. Is he going to be under pressure from Glitch going into turn 1 once again? Glitch goes down the inside of Krabs now. Krabs on the outside. Is he going to be able to hang it around one more time into turn 2? Side by side they go. Glitch Hen going to go for the switchback play now. Can he gain the position back up into P8? And I don't think he can. He's just come short. And Krabs holds on to 8th place. As Bossmos has now caught up to the 2 Hasses. And has gotten ahead of JB. Will push on after Searing Alpaca. So, well, let's have a look. I think Marius might just be getting the DRS. We've got a car off. It's Adam.
Adam round.
With a puncture. Adam's got a puncture.
Yeah, front left. Gone. Plus 17 on the hards and they're gone.
Oh, that there was...
Yeah, this next sector is going to be horrible to drive. I really feel for him coming around these corners.
Oh, back on right in the path of the Williams. That could be a penalty. But... oh, it's horrible, isn't it? Driving back with a puncture. And his entire race has come undone.
He's a really nice chap, Adam, as well. So it'd be... yeah, I'd imagine he's stressing out at this point because last thing he wants to... yeah, he's a nice kid. Last thing he wants to do is ruin anyone else.
Hold on. Got some information. The McLarens have double stacked. And at the same time, Glitched gets ahead of JB. But the McLarens now, on the fresh mediums versus some, battered and bruised hards, they're going to be on the warpath. And yes, I know that is a quote from Sea of Thieves. But Marius now...
good game, that.
Yeah, brilliant game. Absolutely love it. But Myth now getting ahead of the Haas as well. Marius needs to get ahead of Myth by at least 2 positions to take the championship to Abu Dhabi. But even then, he'd probably need to win the race to stand any sort of chance at taking the title. And of course, he hasn't won yet this season. This is very much giving similar vibes to when I think Michael Schumacher defended his 2005 title. But he didn't really do that well. 2004 title, sorry. He didn't really do that well in the 2005 season. Did Marius get the DRS? Yes, he did. And Glitch 10 has gotten back ahead of Krabs. So, I don't know why I said Krabs like that. But Marius is surely going to be much faster than these guys now. Ratty up into P7 as well. I don't even know. I don't think I've seen Ratty stand on the podium this season. He might have done. But yeah, Bossmos. I mean, Krabs is currently winning as it stands. And all Myth needs is just to finish within 1 place of Marius Anderson, unless Marius wins, in which case the championship goes to Abu Dhabi. But Myth wins this championship, it would just be great, wouldn't it? But
Yeah, but he's driven well. It's
Oh, sorry, here goes Krabs.
not.
Around the outside in the final corner. A bit unorthodox there, isn't it? I think he just saw that as his only opportunity, as Glitch now has DRS. But yeah, sorry, Lanky.
No, it's all good. No, Myth, he's it wouldn't be an undeserved champion, that's for sure.
No, absolutely. Of course, he raced here a while ago and started again. I think Barcelona last season, where he immediately got on the podium, I believe. So, yeah, been a blast. Of course, I mean, it's the second half of the season, or basically since start of round 6, he's not won a race. But it's a bit like Max Verstappen, isn't it, in 2024. He won really early on a load of races, and that was enough to just get him over the line when the rest of the pack opened their game. Did I say 20? Oh, yeah. Yeah, wait. Yeah, 2024. Of course, Marius Anderson very much in it. Did Bossmosh just get DRS then from Lawrence? Yes,
I think so, yeah.
Well timed, wasn't it?
Yeah, you can say that.
Now what? George getting past Droney into turn 1 as well. He's up to P8 again. However, nobody dares take their eyes off this fight at the front. Myth goes defensive. Now around the outside comes Marius Anderson. Myth runs him off the road. Marius gains the position and gets ahead. Or is he going to have to let Myth through? Myth didn't leave him any space, to be fair, and he does actually relinquish the position. But no love lost between the two of them. And
No, live to fight another day.
that
Or another lap, should we say.
Yeah, that's the important factor, isn't it? I wonder if Glitch might try back up Krabs a little bit to get Myth back within the DRS. Otherwise, he is going to be a sitting duck down the straight. And in fact, he is going to be a sitting duck, I think. As Myth now, does he get the benefit of the drag reduction system? He did. He just got it. So, oh, but here we go at the front. That's Glitch 10 going for the move on Bossmoss and getting ahead into turn 1. Glitch 10 retakes the lead of the Qatar Grand Prix. Krabs is waiting behind there for any inkling of an opportunity, and unfortunately nothing came. But Marius gonna have another run at Myth, going down the inside into turn 4. Are they gonna make contact? No, they're keeping it. Oh, nice and dandy through there. Myth now gonna push through on the outside, maybe. No, he's not. But Marius Anderson is up ahead of Myth. And now, potentially, we could see Myth fall out of championship winning position for the first time, since, disregarding pit stop changes. But
Yeah.
Marius needs to clear the rest of these guys as quick as he possibly can. And I think Bossmoss's tyres have just completely fallen off. Look at him.
Yeah, they've hit a cliff now, haven't they?
Krabs and Marius will both probably get past him on this lap. But Marius and Myth both going off. But there's no... Is Marius going to go for the move on Krabs as well? He is down the inside on Krabs. Marius Anderson. Is he going to make the double overtake here? Yes, he is. Marius Anderson up into P2 now. And his last task of the race is to chase after Glitch Hen and take his first win of his championship campaign. Probably the most important time. but he's doing everything he needs to do right now, isn't he?
Yeah. Just got the lap car of Lorenz inside him at the minute.
Yeah, Lorenz not. I mean, he's not gonna, back off. Why would he back off and get out of this fight? He's driving his own race. He's not interfering.
Yep.
The only thing that could be an interference is if he was to now give Bosmos DRS, which I think he was considering, and then Bosmos got overtaken. So he's gonna drop behind Myth just before. Oh, Myth got a 3-second penalty as well. We got a yellow. That is Lawrence.
He's gone off, yeah.
Has he got a puncture? I don't think he has. But Myth, now, it's P4 for Myth as it stands. And oh, Bosmos had a look down the inside. But he couldn't quite make the move. Lawrence gets a 10. Yeah, right, okay. Yeah. I think a lot later than we were expecting him to retire. To be completely honest.
Yeah.
Ratty could still catch Myth and Bosmos. Or at least get within their penalty. And that would be perfect for him and for Marius Anderson. The only worry is if Marius Anderson's tyres fall off. The only worry. Yeah, Lawrence Patton. That is officially out of the championship fight. As well, that really hurts Mercedes, doesn't it? In their fight for the constructors. But I have a feeling Marius is just going to sit within the penalty here. He doesn't need to go for a risky move on his championship rival's teammate. That would be suicide. But equally, I think the mediums are probably starting to hit a cliff, aren't they?
Yeah, I would say now, coming into these last couple of laps.
Yeah, as well. It would explain why Ratty isn't really catching Myth and Bosmos. Again, Ratty, he's not really had the pace this season, at least compared to what we've seen. But yeah. On what could have been the championship winning day for Myth, it doesn't look to be happening, does it?
No, he's going to go down to the last race as it stands.
Yeah.
If he can't get anything on Krabs ahead, and he's carrying that penalty as well.
Yeah, if he ends up finishing P5 in this race, which there is a very high chance, depending on how well Ratty does, Marius will, I mean, as it stands, Marius is going to close the gap to 15 points. In which case he will need to win with Myth P6 or lower next week. Or finish second with Myth 9th. So, the good news for Myth is no matter what, Marius is going to have to finish on the podium. Yeah, 3.5 laps to go.
Bosmos in the pit.
Yeah, his tyres clearly just gave up, and that will give Red Bull the constructors, I think. Unless McLaren is still in it. Right, let's do this maths. So McLaren are, I can't do maths. Oh, yeah, McLaren needed to outscore Red Bull. So, by how much? What's 238 take 185? Let's do this maths. So there's a 53-point gap. McLaren need to outscore them by 11 to keep the constructors going into Abu Dhabi. So what are they scoring at the minute then? It's 35 for McLaren and 27 for Red Bull. So at the minute, Red Bull do just clinch the constructors.
Yeah, they would.
It's marginal. Has Ratty got a problem? Because he's dropping. He's spilling time like a sieve.
Front left looks like it's ready to go. A lot of shiny spots on it.
Adam has, I think, just binned it. Of course. Oh, hang on. Are Red Bull going to outscore Mercedes by... No, they're not. They're not going to outscore them by enough. They're going to score 27. What did I say they needed to outscore them by? It was 32. So Red Bull need an absolute miracle to gain another position to actually win the constructors. So I'm glad I checked that. Could you imagine if I called Red Bull champions?
Yeah.
And then they have like a double DNF and Mercedes get a 1-2 next week. The script is speaking to me.
I'm on board with Ratty, and it seems like he's lifting and coasting, and so maybe he's having to fuel save. He definitely he's coming off the throttle early and rolling into the braking zone.
You know what this is screaming? Marius Anderson puncture on the last lap. So I did actually find out from Dizzle what happened. Obviously, he recently moved to no line. He did no practice and then forgot his setup on the restart.
Yeah, I think that was the case with Dizzle and Swifty. I think they both forgot their setups.
Oh no, they also crashed into each other, I think. So, well, Searing Alpaca with another 3-second penalty. Let's just, have another look at the penalties. Ratty is dropping
George
down.
has just got through on Ratty.
Yeah, he's got 9 seconds
in
there.
turn 1, yeah. But Ratty, like I say, he's struggling with the pace at the minute. I mean, his last lap.
Bosmos
That Alpine's just pulling away.
But it could have all happened today for Myth, but there's been a driver that has come out on top the last 2 seasons. He's always been such a strong force. And whilst his team, they may be eliminated from the constructors fight, he has suddenly revived his drivers' championship hopes here under the lights in the Qatar desert.
Ratty's going to run out of fuel, I think.
And now rounding the final corner, it's going to be Glitch 10 who wins on track. We're taking his first win of the season is Marius Anderson. And he has brought the gap down in the championship to take it to Abu Dhabi. And now it's a 15-point gap.
Ratty's out of fuel last corner.
Ratty has run out of fuel. It won't really matter in the end.
No.
But it does just, add a bit more insult to injury over the constructors' loss.
Marius capitalising though.
Krabs takes P2, his second race and second podium. Glitch 10 will take third. He's eliminated from the championship as well, but that was to be expected. And Myth, He can make no more errors. No more. Because if Marius shows up to Abu Dhabi, not Abu Dhabi. Wait, I've been saying Abu Dhabi the whole time. Oh my god! It's Austria.
Yeah, I didn't even realise myself.
It's Austria.
Was it?
I was thinking of my own league where we finished in Abu Dhabi. No. Oh my god.
As we go into Austria or so.
Ricky's gonna make like
That's
a
gonna be
TikTok
tight.
of me every time I said that. It's just gonna be the soundboard, like the. Hang on, I'm gonna play it so the stream know exactly what I'm on about because I've got the soundboard saved. Where is it? It's like that every time I say Abu Dhabi, isn't it? So... oh my god! But yeah. The title fight goes to Austria. And, yeah, anything could happen there, especially with the penalties. So, yeah, of course. Final finishing order, Marius Anderson P1, Krabs P2, Glitched P3, Myth P4, PW Jones P5, Ratty P6, George Rico P7, Bobo P8, Droney P9, Taboo Dwarf P10, JB P11, Searing Alpaca P12, Adam P13, Boss Moss P14, Lawrence DNF, Huff DNF, Juice DNF, the KFC Bloke DNF, Dizzle DNF, and Swifty did not finish either. So, do I have time? Yes, I do. I do have time for the interviews. So I shall take us across to our lovely interview screen. See if I can remember what the podium was that I just read out. Marius. Krabs. Interviews. How have I misspelled interviews? I'm having a mare today. Well, it seems like people aren't too happy with Lawrence. Right, we'll start with third place, Glitched Hen. There we go. There we go. So, start with Glitched.
Hey.
P3 in the end, probably not what you were hoping for.
No.
Just talk us through
It wasn't. I mean, I had good pace, but I think the hard medium strategy probably was the play, considering I think it was faster, but luckily Marius's tires just died at the end, and then I managed to hold him back. Just played the ERS right, wasn't able to overtake, which was good. I don't know what was going on from Lorenz, but I don't think it was very what's it called? Very
sportsmanlike.
Yeah, it's not very sportsmanlike. It's just not what we want to see. Considering he's a lap down and giving people dirty air, giving people DRS, it's messing up distracting people, messing them up. It's just not very good.
It was certainly
definitely reporting about that.
Yeah, certainly interesting there. Of course, you come into this race, you were still mathematically in the title fight, but of course, no longer. Were you playing the team game today? Obviously, you did overtake Myth at a point, and then just started pulling massively. So we wondered if that was, you thinking about yourself, the constructors, or Myth's championship trying to drag him along.
So he wanted to go longer and save the tires more, whereas I wanted to pit a little bit earlier and get an undercut. So we kind of swapped positions, and I pushed the tires to the limit and then boxed. Whereas when he boxed, he was a bit behind, I think, because of Lorenz stuff. He just wasn't able to get the pace on the second stint and catch up with even with the fresher tires. So don't really know what happened there. But after we noticed that he lost his pace, we kind of just he was just going to try do what he could do, and I just had to fully push to the end and see what I could do. Which I had the pace to keep P1, but not with the penalties, unfortunately.
Yeah, of course, as well, the constructors. So if my maths are correct, it is not over yet.
You should have that in the bag.
It's 20. You scored 27 points, which puts you on 265, and you needed to be on 269. So yeah, it's pretty much over, isn't it? It's Mercedes as well, who what thir- 38 points back. So are you fairly confident that'll be taken next week?
Yes, I'm pretty confident. I mean, I'm pretty sure Lorenz is going to get a race ban. I can't guarantee anything, but I think that's what the right penalty should be. And then obviously it'll just be Bosmos, and we can hopefully secure that
All
pretty
you need
easily.
is 4 points, I think. So
Yeah, 4 points, we can do that.
but yeah, of course, as well. Just want your thoughts on what this race has set up for next week. We do have a title fight going to Austria, which is a track where mistakes are punished very heavily. It's very easy to get track limit penalties, and it's also the closest racing on the calendar. What do you think?
How many points does Marius need?
He needs to outscore, because of countback, he needs to outscore Myth by 16 points.
That's very unlikely. I don't think Myth is going to retire or take or be out the points. I think as long as he just plays it safe, gets like a P5, I think
Yeah,
we'll
so
be fine. He'll
P5
probably
is
be
what
playing it safe next week.
P5 is what he needs to secure it no matter what. So
Okay.
yeah, but other than that, any questions for Glitched Lanky?
No, not I can think of. He's pretty much nailed everything there.
Yeah, in that
Yeah, nothing that I can think to add.
in that case, yeah, congratulations on another podium, Glitched, and
Thank you.
yeah, see you. Well, hang on. How do I word this? Because otherwise it sounds biased.
Yeah, you'll see me on the podium next
We'll see
week.
you racing again next week. Okay.
No, you'll see me on the podium again. Don't worry.
Well, at least you're confident. But moving on to the main man of conversation, Marius Anderson.
Yeah. Hello.
Yeah. Brilliant introduction. Here we go. But that race for you, of course, base pretty much perfect. The only thing you could have hoped for was a Myth DNF, really, wasn't it? That's the only thing that could have gone better. But yeah, just walk us through that race from your perspective.
It was brilliant, mate. I had really good tire wear, actually, it seemed. So I could just keep good pace on the hard, go long, and then even when I pitted, it seemed my mediums even when I was going flat out wasn't wearing that much. So I just had good pace to the end, and good tire advantage to actually overtake, which is nearly impossible on this track. And also, I'm really glad I actually caught Glitched in the end, because I would have run out of fuel if not for that.
Oh wow, okay. Of course, your teammate Ratty did run out of fuel. So was it that close? You crossed with like 0.02 or something?
Yeah, I went green into turn 1 on the final lap.
Ooh. So yeah, I thought you were just sitting behind to not go for a move because you thought it was too much of a risk. But I guess it did work out for you in the end then. But of course, I do have to ask about next week. Austria, ditto what I said to ask Glitch, but of course, it's a lot more important to ask you this question. Do you truly believe that, you know, it is likely that you'll come away with the title next week?
I mean, I'm the only one who doesn't have anything to lose here, so I'll definitely be going for it, and we'll see if he plays it safe and just goes for that P5 finish, or if he actually goes for it and has a battle with me and Lawrence and Glitch for the win, but I'm 100% going for it.
Yeah, well, you're probably going to be practicing for a whole week now, aren't you? But it would be a record third title if you were to take it. And as well, yeah, this was your first win of the season. It shows to your consistency that you've been in it without a win. But yeah, any questions, Lanky?
No, well, only other than at the beginning, well, say midpoint of the race when you were stopping for tires, did you think that the win was on the cards at that point, or how did you feel like at that point?
I felt
Because
that
you were down in fifth, I think, around then.
yeah, I felt 100% the win was on. Especially when I came out and saw most of the top four ahead of me didn't have DRS. If they would all have been in a DRS game, in a DRS train, it might have ended differently. But since they weren't, it was quite easy overtaking most of them. And from there on, especially with Glitch, who had a 3-second penalty, I just had to stay behind.
Yeah. Well, congratulations on it anyway. Like, you deserve it. You were in the right place, right time, and put your car where it needed to be.
Yeah.
Thanks, mate.
Yeah, as well. Congratulations from me as well, and yeah, we'll see you racing again next week. I don't think we're getting crabs, are we? So, nah, no crabs. But yeah, thank you all for watching. Thank you, Lanky, for joining me. Thank you, Glitched and Marius, for the interviews as well. Next week on the 27th? Tuesday?
28th?
Let me see. I've got the calendar.
I think Monday's 27th.
Tuesday the 27th, we have the Division 2 finale. Of course, the championship there I think is already wrapped up. I think... Who was it who took it? Was it Brian and Buemo? I think so. But and then, of course, the big finale, Austria, 28th of January, 8 p.m. UK time. I can't remember if it's GMT or BST. Drivers and Constructors Championship on the line. One more than the other. But yeah. We'll see you then. Goodbye, guys.